Welcome back to CodyCrafted. Today we are on phase 1, phase 2 of the build for my wife. This is her 2018 SR5 Premium Toyota 4Runner. Now, we've already done our pre-buy inspection and we've gone through the vehicle. You guys have seen that video a couple of months ago. I've had these parts for probably going on a year at this point since we first bought this thing. Matter of fact, the registration is up this month. And I have just finally decided we have got to get this thing done. I actually came back from Texas Avid Outdoors, the Texas Overland Expo. And with everybody's awesome 4Runners and stuff out there and all their GXs and all their cool Overland stuff, I was like, man, I have got to get this thing assembled. So let me show you the Dobinsons suspension that we've put on it. We went up a tire size. I actually had a set of takeoffs from another car that we had done and got those swapped on. So we got a little more meat. And I'm not going to show you the install because we've got a ton of videos all about how to do Dobinson suspension on your 150 chassis, GX, 4Runner, etc. There's a whole playlist full of that stuff. You guys jump down there and check it out. But I do want to kind of give you the rundown on what we did on this one so you can see where we landed. Okay, so just like I do on you guys' cars, Dobinsons IMS, full coilover, threaded body. This is a 302 coil. C59 302 is the part number for it. This is the stock coil that we run on the GXs all the time with the V8. I am planning on putting a bumper on this one. I've got a stiffer set of springs, but we're gonna wait on those. We'll pull the coilovers back apart and put a heavier coil in it later. Mostly so I can tell you guys what it's like to go from base coil to the heavy coil, because we've only done that like once and I haven't put any videos about it. So anyway, so we're gonna do, we'll do that in the future. Right now we got these pretty parts. This does not have KDSS. Therefore, it does have a regular sway bar. We did the Dobinson sway bar relocation bracket. Most of the trucks that we do have a KDSS system. So I think this is only like the second time I've done this one. So in the front, that's all set. There's also some spacers right in there that shim down the lower radiator braces. Because otherwise, when you lower the car, the sway bar is going to pivot and it's going to rub those braces. So you need that extra, I don't know, I think it's like a ½ inch of clearance or so, something like that. Here in the back, same deal. Dobinsons IMS, of course. These are 599 coils. These are the ones that we run on the GX. They usually give us about 1.5 inches of lift on a GX, so we should be roughly 2 inches on this one. My wife does keep a bunch of like soccer stuff in the back, so there is a little bit of additional weight, and we might be going with a drawer system. We also have full-size spare, 265 70s came off. They're like 31 3/4, almost 32 inches. Going back on, these are takeoff Rubicon from a customer build a little while back. 285 70 17 Falcon Wild Peaks. These are AT3s, not AT4s. I'll be real honest with you. These have been sitting around for a few months and I kind of didn't feel like spending money on tires. I've tried to sell them. I've posted them many times and offered them to many clients. And honestly, nobody's really either wanted them or they were the right size or whatever the case may be. So we're going to burn them up on this for a little while. If she decides they're a little too big, then I'll go to like a 285/65 or a 275/70, drops the tire size down just a little bit, but I will stay with the Falcon Wild Peaks. I've had really great luck with them. We put them on most of our client cars. Yeah, so 599 coil and same deal, no KDSS, so extended sway bars. The trick with these is you set them at, so if you got 2 inches of lift, you extend this 1 inch. If you got 3 inches, you go 1.5 inches, something like that. So we're set here at right about 3/4 of an inch longer than the factory sway bar link. While we had it, we are going to go out of town here in a couple of days, and we've put I think about 5,000 miles on it since we bought it. So it's going to get, it's already gotten an oil change. We've got a fresh Wix filter and some fresh 020 oil in there. Actually, I need to add the oil, but everything is tightened up and ready to go on that part. I should dump some oil in it and lower it down, and let's see where it lands. Oh, shit. That's going to go over like a fart in church. Nearly did it again, didn't I? Yeah, have fun editing that together, Steve. Jesus. Boy, I'm definitely no engine masters with the pour into the valve cover hole. Fail.
Ready? Whoa, I'm gonna make a mess on that nice, pretty new Holley valve cover. Oh.
Boy, I really screwed the pooch on that deal. That's gonna smell great down there where I spilled it. Like an idiot. Oh, you don't need a funnel. You got the thing. You got the fancy bottle. You don't need a funnel. No, I don't need a funnel at all, do I? Special. Clean up my mess a little. Oops. Sorry, honey. It's okay. It'll burn off. It's no problem. Oh, by the way, this came from our buddy Cornwall Mike. It's CLS 5020240. CLS 50240. It is a funnel holder. It's magnetic, and all your funnel drippings wind up in the bottom. It's pretty handy. I know there's other ways to do it, but I like it. The magnetism. Okay, well, see how bad it stinks after I start firing it up. Yavis. Here we go. Oh, stance-wise. Yeah, we're down. Little nose high, but I think we nailed the height. Once I start it up and work the steering back and forth and roll the truck back and forth, be in good shape. Let's make sure the oil light, oh my gosh, I was in the wife seating position. Red oil light. All right. All right, we gotta move this seat back. This is ridiculous. Okay. Let's check our stance. Oh, that's pretty baller. Oh, she's gonna think it's too tall. She's gonna complain about getting in and out of it. But it looks awesome. Yeah, that was a spring popping into position. They do that. Yes. What do we think? What do we think? What do we think? I like it. I'm sure everything's loose because we haven't had it on the alignment rack yet. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. All right, are you ready? Yeah. See a little tail high. That's okay. Put the rest of our junk in there, put the center caps on. And I like the teal. It's hiding in there. You gotta look, you gotta peek. Hey! Alrighty, so it needs to go next door for alignment. I've got to reset the maintenance reminders, and then we'll go for our test drive. Yahtzee. Well, the guys next door weren't able to align it last night, but they're going to get it this morning. So I figured while I'm at it, let's check the cabin air filter. I put this in 5,000 miles ago. So if you're not checking your cabin air filter every service, why's your nose running? What kind of suspension you got on that thing? Oh, I don't know. Well, our alignment and our test drive has been completed, as you can tell. We have since been down to the hill country, had a little family vacay, drove it all the way down, all the way back. Had a slight impact on the fuel mileage. It wasn't that bad. It was about 2 miles a gallon, so not enough to really kill anything, but you know, going from 20 to 18 or 18 down to 16, we're averaging 15, 16. Depending upon the cool mornings, how long it has to idle to get it warmed up for the kids. So we are very happy. You know, I said that she was going to be upset with how tall it was and that she had to climb in and out, and that is not the case. She actually really likes it. She likes being able to see over stuff, and there's a dip where she drops the kids off at school, and now she doesn't have to slow down for that anymore. So that's cool. If you're looking for that, this is what you're after with your 4Runner and your GX. Got probably 1,500 miles on it since the last part of this video. It's been re-registered and inspected and aligned. The tires are doing really good. They're way more comfortable than those hard Coopers that we took off of there. Those things actually wound up just going bye-bye. The stance I think is really good. You guys tell me what you think, because obviously the ground's not dead flat there, so the left rear is a little droopier than usual, but all in all I think the stance is really good. I did a little trimming. Like I said, we got a little bit of articulation, not quite parking lot pimping, but you know, it's got a little, it's not dead flat right now, but I think the stance is really good. The kids like it. Even my 7-year-old said it's more comfortable. So that's nice. And it hits the bumps better because now it has big shocks. So thank you, Wilson, for your glowing review of our modifications. Appreciate that, buddy. Hopefully this wind's not messing us up too bad. It is a little breezy out here. All in all, like I said, this is a reason that this is the kit that I recommend to you guys when you come in with your vehicle, and that's why we put it on, you know, put it on our family ride. So we're real happy with it, and drives great, line's good, no squeaks, no rattles. There is a little bit of rub still in the front end, but we are gonna, like we talked about, put a bumper and stuff on here. So I didn't go crazy with the trimming because we're gonna wind up cutting all that up anyway. Full lock in reverse, it still kind of rubs just a little bit. Although if it was a little bit taller, it probably wouldn't. But you know, this is where I wanted it to sit. So all in all, very fantastic. We do need to get it out on the trails. I've got a couple of places in mind. We're also planning on making a trip out to Maris in Abilene, Paladuro Canyon, in the spring, like February-ish. So, you know, if you guys have been out there, let me know how you think we're gonna do in this thing. All right, next steps for this build. Full length roof rack from Cali Raised LED, also a set of rock sliders from Cali Raised LED. Bumper situation, I'm not 100% certain. We've looked at a couple of different options. The Cali Race guys have got a couple like hybrid bumpers, but she and my 11-year-old Garrett, who's going to take this vehicle when he starts driving in a few years, he wants a full bumper. He wants full front bumper, full rear bumper, spare on the back, widow wadder, insert widow wadder. He wants all the fun overland stuff on this thing, so that's probably the route it'll take. As usual with personal projects, it's going to take a few minutes. But if you don't want your personal project to drag out for years and years, and you want to get it done all in one shot, there's one place you need to contact, and that is us, CodyCrafted. We can definitely handle this all in one deal. If you check our other videos, you'll notice some of the awesome builds that we've done. The Broncos, the hot rod stuff, the race car-y stuff, the pre-runner stuff, the overland builds, the Land Cruisers, the 4Runners, the GXs and the GXs and the more GXs. We actually get you guys asking in the comments and DMs and stuff about doing more GX videos. But here's the deal. We're in the cool stuff business. GXs are cool stuff, but that's not the only thing we do here. So if you need to do a full build on any of your cool projects, no brodozers, no stance cars, y'all can get wrecked with that stuff. That's all right. Have a great day. I'm not pink powder coating and polishing a bunch of crap on an F-250 that sits like this. Not gonna do it. Not gonna do it. So, if you need something cool, you know who to call. Give us a shout. sales@CodyCrafted.com. Shoot us a DM on Instagram. My Facebook Messenger, I don't really check that for the business. So make sure you email the shop or hit us on Instagram and jump in the comments. Tell us what you think, what you need to do to yours, and if this is cool enough for your wife to drive. We appreciate it. Check out the merch store. Thanks again. See you on the next one.